We got rituals for damn near anything you want to do, and we can give them to you tonight.
Chris V. Still get it from the intellect reservoir, cosmic surfing. These two sons of God didn't come from virgins. Ether makes up these gods. We rode light angles to the earth plane. Again trapped in skin, but a different name. Monads, been here since Ruth and Moabs. Thought you killed me when Drew and Marcus got toe tag. That's why I'm here with the Grand Chairman of Fear. Truth make you think critical like severe. Doing the God things, I make ancients appear. And all I'm hearing is knocking while I'm watching a seer. Ancient rituals and sound healing notes through Pro Tools. Eye to eye transfers knowledge, you need no schools. Waking up the masses, music is classes stage. Most fail cause they look like they're flying shades. Following demons possess Kanye's and Lil Wayne's. Expecting a hippie with a cross and a Greek name. Inner melanin calls me DMV, the link up with no cheese. Orisha's in me, I'm not what you don't see. I'm not one of those armchair revolutionaries. Allah's in me, sick and tired of being sick and tired. But that's just where we get our strength, man. The Christ is in me. I'm not a hustler, pimp, gangster, wankster, but trust me, they all in me.
I got it when the moon shifted the tomb in the melanated womb, sipping milk in the honeydew and triple black boom. Touchdown, traveling on planet Earth where we crush clowns, while I'm managing this curse and preparing the elixir that turns copycats into kitty litter. These poor pussies pretending to be misters. I cannot sin, but I can be very sinister. My limitations are limited as I do a lap around the galaxy. Had to gather light and rally back and fuck the fallacy. And cause of that, I got labeled the antagonist. And it didn't help that I cuss and bun cannabis and bun candles and wear symbols of Orishas. And I put a hex on the heads of 7 preachers with one trailer spit aimed at the pulpit. Crushed a crucifix, a whole tabernacle backflip. I'm not Catholic, but if I choose my bare resonance, you may just catch a glimpse of Lucifer's semblance. Up and down Jacob's ladder with my melanin, the vessel of no fear none. You can find the devil in.
God's in me, I say that's so serious. Turn a nigga to a god, show you I'm serious. Got him proclaiming, name changing and facing with no guilt or fear. All these clansmen masons, we stand on squares, circumscribe our own circumference. Goddess Lakshmi bless me with abundance of prosperity. I speak with clarity, not to confuse. Put Moorish in front everything from Christian to Jews. I'm the anchor, so I don't listen to news on some snail type vibrations making me snooze. Calling a Parker to call down our UFO crews. Like Yahweh or Dogan shamans, we call on Ra Amen. For sun ritual, spiritual, I'm physically trapped. Rewind, play back, and get your pioneer tap. Like Gregory Hines, when I'm spitting the rhymes. A&Rs want me to blow, but all rights reserved when we sign. Inner melanin calls me DMV, the link up with no cheese. Orisha's in me, I'm not what you don't see. I'm not one of those armchair revolutionaries. Allah's in me, sick and tired of being sick and tired. But that's just where we get our strength, man. The Christ is in me. I'm not a hustler, pimp, gangster, wankster, but trust me, they all in me.
Alright, so let's pour the libations on the Guru, on Linsu, Shumala, Otija, Chiaja, Cheola, Alcala, Loteyo, Kapomo, Lalula. I need some halal shades. Isa, Manu, Noku, Mana, Imatu, Tuki, Juba, Jova, Agati, Tasimbo, Nisaba, Isala, Azilu Maya, Azuzu, Zuba, Numerex, Laloria, Ida, Ayo, Emily, Rakon, Notorio, Manu, Neptu, Yuzu, Yohana,
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire.
Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days.
I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Energy likes to flow, don't dam it up. Keep growing, let them hate and get mad at us. They ain't really had enough. So the truth we keep hammering till it's a part of every part and there's no more battling. No more denying who you really are. Imagine if there were no mores denying who they really are. A Lodio, no rentors, hire yourself the mentor. Dirty mores and temptors, caveat emptor. When I look below, I see the road where schemes work. Where traitors grin, where the culprits and the fiends lurk. What it seems first might not be what it is. View the world through the pineal, not your other lids. Now you know just what it is. There's no hiding in the age of Aquarius. Various truths now known to the average man, and I'm glad it is. A fake life ain't what I'm with. Support the real, not the fraudulent. Facts are non-debatable, this is not an argument. And why they say I'm not going back and forth with you? All combos are back and forth, so what's the issue? You need some tissue for your crybaby ways. I'm from the empire, not a slave. I'm amazed how many people in denial to this day refuse to turn away from the path that leads straight to the grave. I'm from the empire.
My don't inspire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days.
I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Yeah, road tax, income tax, inheritance tax, low interest value added tax, and add more tax on top of that. They picking straws like these lotto mats. Legalese by these legal G's. You be catching Phoenix, paying all these fees. Naturally, commonly, the law applies to humanity without a loss or injury. Shawshank, we free. Psychotherapy publication, RV. The more price you don't like, you must be crazy. Sell me out and call it brotherly. 20,000 and we talking Philly. That's why Juani told you to study. Cause niggas love money. So buyers beware, package sellers, nine feathers, L's and Bays. They come in all shapes and forms with agent ways. What you paying for? A star in the moon, pyramid, compass, two trinities and three threes. You pay for Islam when that's free. It's who I am, evergreen, repping everlasting life. They channeling my energy over candlelight. Pentagon, 5 points, ignite. The empire strikes.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days.
I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Then we burn fire, tie up traitors, cut off tongues of liars, start power, make them cower and raise flames higher. Burn to crisp dirty moors and opportunist scheming. Have you not mastered fruition, just believing? Have you in Balenciaga, not a duality? Our empire bumps wild hellfire and duality. Feathers or turbans with no shrine of symbols or talk tassels. Nobles, not vassals, temples or castles, scimitars or moon phases, lions roam, birds sing from no cages, ageless, elders with the staff, purple amethyst round tables, the day's order, nationality, no false labels, shadow in their stables, felt for missing fables, disconnected, no energy through Allah's cables, missing the message that's hidden in questions, have no regrets in life, just learn lessons. Turn curses into blessings, not blessings. In public, stay private, keep them guessing. Ceilings like the heavens, as foreigners obsess our possessions. When given our sacred resins, judicial confessions bring up reflections of past life aggressions. Ancient royalty had processions and no depressions. His quest for knowledge made mental health flourish and told me never deny that my empire is Moorish.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days.
I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
does that Canaanland knows.
Read off we pay every day. Uplift the fee cause we all pays. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Raka North Star.
That way, the North does that Canaanland knows.
Read off we pay every day. Uplift the fee cause we all pays. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle 7s first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespecting earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. No, but true. X, do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Coffee, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to steer a ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the worst government. You know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof?
Raka North Star.
That way, the North does that Canaanland knows.
Read off we pay every day. Uplift the fee cause we all pays. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle 7s first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespecting earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. No, but true. X, do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Coffee, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to steer a ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the worst government. You know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof? Offense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question: if not me, then who?
and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmecan features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty moths and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way. Deceit and deception, negative past thoughts, keeps awareness on point. Spirit messages never off. Inner realizations, encounter the higher selves. Next plane existence explains my consistence. Without a foe, you never know, so paths most resistant. Divinity, my twin flame, side chick and mistress. Metaphysic, Kabbalistic, Almaroc mystic, patriarch, papistics, make my thoughts sadistic, so indigenous. Call me Americanistic, invoking the ancestors. Saracen cryptic, suns on rotation, flows ecliptic, shatter all illusions, reveal the realistic. Sitting in the dark, holding the light marvelous. Recognize the artifice, skin so carbonous, hair so antenna. I feel them from Vienna, myriad of virtues, lessons in reptilian henna. Enlightenment seekers won't find it in mainstream. Focus as a laser, stay balanced like a beam. Not even a gymnast. Whenever I flip this, as above, so below, get out when within this. Don't think I'm a slave cause I speak in English. Drew, I'll leave the water, watch your flames get extinguished. Living in your higher, lower self is relinquished. Reputation of master teachers, call it distinguished. Might as well.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Sorbet, repping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but do I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Sorbet, repping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but do I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death grip and slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astro plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Fact slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves. Squash my heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis. Niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. They are feminists, stomped on by elephants. More like we're prejudiced, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the pole magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book all maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence. Ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no veil of shades, keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades, not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
Peace to all the Moors. Yes, yes, starting it right. Honors to everybody on their moon day, on the Labor Day. Honors to all the Moors. So I was sitting back and went on YouTube, and the algorithm on the YouTube sent me Canaanland Moors top dirty Moors or whatever. So you want to say honors to the algorithm. Honors to the algorithm, the brainwash, for inspiring this one. We got a long list. We got a long list. We got a long list to go through. We got a long list to go through. Like we said on many occasions, if you are not on VHS or DVD, FOH, go sit down somewhere. We don't want to hear you talk. Where's the more Avengers at? That's what we want right now. We want more Avengers right now. We want anybody but more Avengers. That's it. No one else but more Avengers. I'm just a more pissed off or whatever like that, so I push the button like some people push the button. It's not a grand sheet thing and all that stuff. Like I said, the algorithm sent me my stuff. And then I go through the thing, I'm like, damn, there's more dirty Moors now? People are dumb? People really are dumb. People really are dumb, or these people are some master opportunists. Master opportunists. Anytime you hear anybody make up something, they just made up something. They just made up something Moorish. We're ampacgov.org. Ask them, hey, you got a VHS tape that I could see what you on it? You got a DVD I could see what you on it? If they can't show you a VHS or a DVD, because we're saying DVD because that would have had to be recorded on camera. So it would still have to be some type of lecture thing or something like that. It is not, sit at your house and make videos. If they don't have that, skip them. On to the next. Don't even waste time. You don't need to push anything or anything like that. And another thing with these people who want to make stuff up, right? All these make stuff up people, they started some Moorish government and all that stuff. All of them are founded by men. And nations don't come from men. Swipe that one there, on to the next. Swipe to the left or whatever. Swipe to the left. You don't have to listen to Jack. Anybody saying that they're consulate, anybody, I don't care who they are. If Noble Drew Ali came back and said we're a Moorish consulate, question that. Question if that's really the prophet. Question that. Because if there is a consulate that Noble Drew Ali said is Moorish Science Temple. If there is a consulate and all that stuff, it's Moorish Holy Temple of Science. If there is a consulate or something like that for Moors in the Americas, it's Moorish Divine and National Movement. If there is a consulate. Because he came before all these people who talking about consulate today. And he created a jurisdiction for Moors. And that jurisdiction that he created, because remember, he was sent by Allah, which is mother. Not man didn't send him and he's not some male doing something. He had a brilliant idea or something like that. So if anybody's talking consulate, when you ask them, yeah, so what's the consulate? It better be Moorish Science Temple or Moorish Holy Temple or Moorish Divine National Movement or something like that. Because if they're saying that they're a Moroccan consulate, now think about this. Think about this, right? They're saying that they're a Moroccan consulate. They're saying they're a Moroccan consulate. Right now, there's people who are foreigners that call themselves Moroccan. Right? Find me the Moroccans that use this consulate right here. Find me some foreigner Moroccans that if they get into an issue, they're going to these people and not going to the embassy. Why would they go to these people? They're Moroccan. Why would they go to the embassy? Because they already know that these people are Moorish American. They're not Moroccan. They're descendants of Moroccan, but they're Moorish American. And they have a Moroccan flag because that's the Moorish Empire. Not a Moroccan Empire, the Moorish Empire. Everybody knows. It's not a secret. And Drew Ali making reference to us being Moroccan and the Moroccan Empire is to show your descendancy. That's not who you are. You're Moorish Americans. So if you're in your own land, why do you need a consulate? You're in your own land. The foreigners should be giving you everything that you demand of them, without question. As soon as you walk in the court door, just like how it was in Mecca, in Chicago with the Moors who brought us into this, and then their temple was at 8126 South Cottage Grove. Anybody in Chicago, go there and you're going to see that it's not there anymore because sellouts infiltrated that and stopped that, because that's how it was with them without a consulate when they go to court, when they got issues. Highwayman sees them, sees their ID. Oh, sorry. You're not in our jurisdiction. Thank you, Mr. Bay. And they go about their business. Without a consulate. And then when they have court, at the door, the prosecutor's meeting them at the door to tell them stuff is dismissed. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bay, you don't need to do anything today. We'll handle it. This 2006, 2007, 2008, Chicago. Moorish Americans without a consulate. Nothing in existence called a consulate. So what's to go back to? oh, these make stuff off people. And again, starting stuff is a man. Once again, these patriarchal, matriarch-hating Moors. Don't fall for it. I don't care whose face you see there. Anybody saying that they're a consulate, they're a fraud. Hands down. There's nothing to discuss, debate, have a conversation about, because consulates are for foreigners. And we're not foreigners in our own land. And we're not foreign to some U.S. or whatever. They're criminals. They're not foreign to anything. They're criminals, and this is our land. What is there? What are we talking about? Period. But nah, you don't want that. You want to be able to send them writs and send them stuff, and then they respond, and then because it's court, and then now he's on one side of the court and on this side of the court, and then there's a game. So you got to know the game is studying the law. Stop the BS. These people are criminals. We'll send them papers for what? They're fraud. But nah, you don't want to see them as fraud. You want to give these people $5K to $7K to help you save your mortgage, that you're going to find the $5K to pay them. Why don't you just pay the mortgage? What are you talking about right now? I know for a fact when you got that mortgage, you didn't reserve your rights on the contract. I know that you didn't. So how are you trying to use stuff to get out of stuff now? You're committing fraud. How you find $5,000 to pay this guy over here to help you get out of the mortgage that you didn't know when you signed the contract that this stuff was a fraud? And you're a dumbass. Obviously, you don't read contracts, because the contract tells you right there that you're a tenant, and you didn't have any question about it. You just went and signed. Oh yeah, we get this mortgage, and then now, for some reason, you can't pay your mortgage. And then you find these people. They say, hey, you know what? $5K, we'll help you get out of the mortgage. Oh, yeah, here's $5K. And then you got out the mortgage. Okay, but why didn't you just pay the mortgage? Because don't forget, you think you signed some paper, you know that stuff's in the ethers. These people are sorcerers. Well, I think you're the only one signing everything they never sign. Only you sign. Because they're sorcerers. They're doing rituals on your dumb ass. I'm not talking about the people with... I'm not talking about the criminals. I'm talking about the Moors are the sorcerers. Do you know they have to have you on some type of sorcery to have you give them $5K for papers? You know papers that comes out the printer? Do you know that's witchcraft? Do you know what type of spell they have you under? That because you see somebody get off on something, which they didn't get off on, because if they got off on something, then they would be living in the mansion that they claim that they were claiming and all that stuff. Why are they not living in the mansion? Anybody saying that they're consulate is a fraud. Whether they're in U.S., whether they're in Canaanland, whether they're across the Atlantic Ocean, it doesn't matter. If they're Asiatic and they created some consulate to save your dumbass, and everything that you need to save you costs you something, how are you getting played? How you falling for this? Right? Moorish American Consulate, Canaanland. As soon as you see Consulate, know they are a fraud. These consulates, we know, because we did the math. This consulate got away with about 70,000. That's all the people we know over 5 years coming and complaining to us that they charge them something and why they charge them and why is my stuff taking long and why are you calling me? You didn't pay me. What are you calling me for? You didn't give me any finance. What the hell are you calling me about? Which is why we tell people, if you're incompetent, go get a lawyer. Don't call Moors. Because these people are full of BS. You use Moors, get out of your BS, and then we never hear from you again until you get into some more BS. So you think this is some game. And I get the calls. And everybody, I'm on the phone with them for 2 hours. And they're crying because they just gave their last rent money to these people. And nothing's being done. And they're too coward to go take a bottle and beat these people's face in for stealing their finance. They're too coward to do that. So they want, well, what are the Moors going to do? Because they took $5,000 from me. What do you mean, what are the Moors going to do? Why'd your dumbass give him $5,000? How do your dumbass know to give him $5,000 before you call me, but then you know to call me, but you didn't want to call me to give me the $5,000? How'd the $5,000 pass through my hands and get to his hands? How? For all these people, for the 70 grand people, for everybody who called and said, Camry El Bay took $3,000 from me, took $4,000 from me. I put him on to my sister and she had 5 people and they all paid $5,000 to him. No one said, hey, why don't we call Kudrow and give him $5,000? No one. Everybody said, let's go give these traders who just came yesterday, who came out of our temple and all that stuff, give them $5,000. And then after the fact, then you want to call Kudrow talking about something? What are we talking about here? We're talking about your own, causing confusion. Because guarantee, if we had your 70 grand, we would already have a Moorish compound and all that stuff, gated community for the Moors. And at least in this jurisdiction. At least in this jurisdiction. Have everybody with a job getting paid doing more stuff. No, and all we're saying is 70 grand. We're not even saying 50 mil. Let's give us 70 grand. We're not new school. We're old school. We're flippers. 70 grand? You can't do some Moors can't do something. I know about 10 Moors. They gotta give them 70 grand right now. They're coming back with about 300. Just off the top. Easy, just like that. 70 grand? But nah. These people take their 70 grand and have a Benz, have new shoes, have a fur coat, have a chain, new chain every week. Drop top and all this. Oh yeah, well, you're conscious people. We're supposed to, our ancestors, look how they dressed. They were rich. The BS. You're not even near to who your ancestors are. You're a dumbass. Because your dumbasses out here paying $5, $10. Look how crazy this is. Look at all these dirty opportunists, right? Now let's listen to this now. Listen to this. Tell me if this is not crazy. Listen to this. Nationality, Al-Anyonwian, proper Cherokee. Race, Aboriginal human. Ethnicity, Moor, et al. State, Al-Anyonwiya National Moorish Republic. Treaties 244-1, Cherokee Nation 1866, 13, whatever number. To enroll. Get your chips together, because process of status correction from U.S. wardship will range anywhere from 1,000 to 15,000. And you have to correct status. Affidavits of de jure Moorish nationality will supplemental brief to correct the record done properly and affirmed by our state, but without entry into our state, are 2,000 to 2,500. Affidavit only with instructions and no brief in support, 500. Non-negotiable. Non-negotiable? If entering state, affidavit and brief, 750. And census registration, law class, 250. 1,000 total. If it's not more vendors, you better run. What's more vendors? You don't know what more vendors are? Then you really better run. You really better run. We told people, I self law master, brother truth, and he's a Moor, but brother means black man. Right? Brother, that means black man. So if brother means black man, why is this Moor calling himself brother? Obviously they're not Moors. Obviously these are black guys. Obviously, status corrections are fraud if people are living out their car because of these people. And then when they tell them they got a refund and all that stuff because the stuff didn't work, they tell them, no, you got agreements. We got a contract for the services and all this. So obviously they're not dealing with status correction then. Right? Because why? Why would you have to get a refund? But again, these cowards who this stuff happens to, they're not going to go put a bat to these people's knees or whatever. They're not going to do that. They're going to go over there and tell 20 of their friends that the Moors did something to them. The Moors robbed them. Because they have non-disclosure. They signed a contract. They can't talk about it. When these people are supposed to be body in the trunk by now. 70 grand. And then the stuff doesn't work. Because we're getting the residue of people that the stuff doesn't work. So now they're broke and then now we got to deal with them. Because they gave these people their last 20 grand. And then more's looking at us, oh my gosh, Cujo, he's a traitor because he told his sister to get a lawyer. But they say not one word against these people right here. Not one word. Nothing. Not a word. But we're dirty. We're the traitors. We're violating some act of something. We're violating some act. But they're never going to go to landed estates and revestment nexus. They never go to them. Application for sovereignty certification, 250. Acknowledgement of allodial title, private conveyance, 120. Acknowledgement of allodial title, landed property. Transfer of title, private conveyance. Oh, please contact us regarding the cost of this, because you can't put this stuff online. Transfer of title, landed property. Oh, please contact us. Record of personal property. Oh, please contact us. The please contact us are the prices that's so high that they have to tell you to your ear. Right? You're not putting that stuff out. Because they want to bring you in. Right? Sovereignty, certification, and estate management packages and all this. What is all this? And always remember, as soon as they pop up trying to bring their whatever, Moorish whatever to you, ask them, you got a VHS or a DVD of you I could watch before you do anything? I just need a VHS or a DVD of you. What do you mean a VHS or a DVD? No, some type of class or lecture. Oh, no, you go on the Zoom. No, not on the Zoom. We want VHS or DVD. Do you have yourself on one of those mediums that I could intake before I sign up for the whatever? And as soon as they can't provide that, swipe to the left. Just swipe to the left. Don't waste your time. Right? The other frauds are the people who have these conferences and whatever. Status correction conference, trust conference, this conference, that conference. Because a Zoom got 500 people on it. And then they say 100 notes individual. They'll do pretty all right. But guess what? You didn't get jack from the conference. You didn't get jack. You could have spent that finance and go buy some books or something. You could have went and bought some books or something. You go into this dumbass conference as if they could conference something. And as people saying their L's and all that, people saying their bays. I'm talking about Negroes here. As soon as they come up with their conference, yeah, we got a conference. Oh, we're going to have this lecture on the trust of the whatever. And then this lecture about the nationality and this lecture about living privately and then we have a class about the status correction and then you all these people that you got in your conference, they got VHS or DVD that I could watch before, I get involved with what they're presenting. What do you mean VHS, DVD? You're coming to the conference. Yeah, I get and come to the conference, but before them being at the conference, they should have been putting in work. So I want to see the work from VHS and DVD. I don't want to see the Zoom link. I don't want that. I don't want the go-to meeting ID number and all that stuff. I don't want that. The other fraud people, or anybody telling you about fixing some type of credit or something like that. You ain't fixing credit in a debt system. There's no credit in a debt system. System based in debt, then everybody who has credit is a debtor. Because there's no credit. Because it's debt. There's debt notes. So there's no millionaires and all that stuff. All that is a fiction. All that is manipulation. All that is Truman Show. And you're Truman. You and everybody around you's playing you. $4.99. Get your credit fix. And this is a more. This is a more who's supposed to be studious and studying all that, telling you fix credit in a debt system. Fix credit in a debt system. But, you know, if you're a dumbass and you don't study, of course you're going to go pay your finance. You know, because you don't study. You think you got this. Because this more over here, he said 5,000. Stop the dumb stuff. Moroccan Empire of America, Republic, National. When they start putting all these stuff together in the name of their stuff, these people are a fraud. They're a fraud. They start making up stuff. There's an owl. You put in owls in your stuff. You Drake? What are your owls? Right? Don't fall for this foolishness. They're a Moroccan Empire of America, Republic, National de Jure government, but they're in Indianapolis, Indiana. How are they in Indianapolis, Indiana, if they're Moorish Empire? And they're not even in like Indiana spelt out. They're in IN. How are they Moroccan Empire, but they're in IN? We're Moroccan Empire, but yeah, address the stuff to Indiana. But this is what you get. So you don't want more Avengers. Right? You don't want the VHS. You don't want the VHS. And the DVD. Petition to Congress, right? Moorish American nationality. Formal recognition of the Moorish American nationality in light of Senate's apology for slavery. What are they talking about? What slavery have to do with Moorish Americans? What slavery have to do with Moorish Americans? Oh no, they don't mention Noble Drew Ali on their websites. None of them. That should be another sign to you. How is it that they're writing petition to Congress? They're writing petition to Congress, right? About recognition for Moorish Americans when they already recognize, they already got resolutions, they already got all these proclamations from all these cities that they know who the Moorish Americans are. You petitioning them for stuff that they already know. And then you have 3 million dummies go sign. And then the dummies are signing, right? This is the dummies are signing. This is dummies signing. Michelle W. from Fort Worth, TX. Right? Remember, she's from Fort Worth, TX, which is a private corporation, right? I am not the corporate fiction Michelle Antoinette McCoy Barrow Williams. I am not a U.S. 14th Amendment slave. I am a full-life, natural, divine, loving being. I love all that loves all. I am not black, nigger, African American, or colored. This is my public proclamation. Your public proclamation was from Michelle W. in all caps from Fort Worth, TX. Just play to yourself. Not just that one, right? Or these are bots. Have you think that this is where it's at, and then you go on there putting straw names on there and all that stuff. No L, no B, anything like that. Obviously, you're a dumbass. Obviously, you're still their nigger. If they're going to say petition, and then after you push the button to submit whatever it is you're submitting on this petition, it's saying you're from a corporate state. Whatever you say after that is corporate. Just play to yourself. Cynthia R. from Jackson, MI. Acknowledge the heir of the family, private-owned Federal Reserve Central Banks. In honor of my family, this will be a peaceful day. The world has benefited for many years because of my family's business. Please respect this and honor them. Signed, heir and owner of World War II grant $50 bill Japanese, the first ever recorded in the nation. I am to be recognized as propria persona S with S, laying down upright. Laying down not upright. That's what you are. You're lost in the sauce. If you think that these are the people that you should be getting this info from, you have serious mental problems that you need to go check. Right? Moorish nationality cards. Anybody saying Moorish nationality cards? Oh, look at that. You got timer. Honors to all the Moors. We'll probably get the rest later. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all mothers. Don't be Truman. Islam.